For those who do not know me,
The creative Contessa at La Campagne de Chateau, Turner Falls, Oklahoma.
whatever language you prefer. And if you have any questions at any point during any of my lessons, please raise your hand and ask them to me. Do not ask them to your neighbors, because if you have the question, someone else has the question. So it's better for me to address it to everybody. So do I have any new dancers here?
We have
Excellent.
Todd Marsh providing music.
Okay, so dancing is walking. That's all it is. It's just walking to the music. So we're actually going to start by facing counterclockwise in the circle of rotation. And I'm going to clap a rhythm just so you can hear it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're just going to walk on every single count there. Okay, so put your weight on your right foot to start so your left foot is free. So that's the inside foot in the circle. Okay, and a note about stepping for all of you martial artist types. So, I know how you martial artists like to step. You don't like to commit. You're terrified of commitment. So when you step, you always step so that your weight is in the middle of every step. That is not how you dance at all. When we dance, we go full in to every step. So every step, you should commit your weight to the entire front foot, only one foot, so that if I asked you to, you could pick up the other foot, because your weight is on exactly one leg at any given time. Okay? So when we're walking the rhythm, I want you to focus on real commitment. No problem. Okay. 4 for nothing. 4 for nothing, by the way, I have to explain. Yeah. I count down 4, you listen, and then we start. So, 4 for nothing. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step.
Did I kill it? Yeah. I apologize.
Step.
We need some.
Step. 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 So, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Nice. Or stop, actually. Brilliant. Okay, questions about stepping on the counts. So, the faster the music, the smaller your steps, right? More advanced dancers, you can obviously move very quickly and take long steps, but that's a skill you develop. For beginner dancers, faster music, smaller steps. So I saw some of you were starting to get a little behind because you were trying to take these fantastically long steps. Don't do it. Not yet. Just take smaller steps when the music gets faster. Item 2, and I see that most of you are actually wearing the appropriate kind of leather turn shoes, which have no heels and no real soles. The reason I say that is that affects how you dance, because this is the kind of shoe everyone should be wearing, basically, with variants on what happens on top, but that means that you're not going to walk heel-toe. Why should you not walk heel-toe in these kinds of shoes? You're going to give yourself heel spurs in a day. So, we've actually killed ourselves with modern footwear. We've broken our feet, we've broken our bodies, because you're not supposed to walk heel-toe. That's not how we evolved. You're actually supposed to walk on the front halves of your feet. So I don't mean that you have to be on pointe, right? This isn't a ballet class, although this is actually what eventually became ballet. So we're going to do this again, and I just want you to make sure the weight is on the front halves of your feet, so that your heels kind of almost never touch the ground. Right? At any moment, you could hypothetically stick your other foot under the first foot. Okay, so one more time, 4 for nothing. This time walking on the front halves of our feet. 4 for nothing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step, 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 step. Brilliant. Okay. So now we're actually going to introduce a pause, which is actually the hardest thing to do in dance. Not moving is very tricky. Question?
If I may be excused, Madam Contessa, I am going to change into the proper.
Ah, yes, I see.
I have had these lessons with you before.
Brilliant. Come back, do hasten back, but yes, different. So this kind of dancing is actually easier with a thinner sole, because the thick soles actually do get in your way. But it can still be done. Don't run away if you don't have thin-soled shoes. It's fine. Okay, any other questions or comments? So now we're going to add a pause. And actually one of the dance masters from this era says that the hardest thing you can do is to pause, is to not move. Why is it hard? Because
Forward momentum.
forward momentum. You actually have to control your body. You can't just let gravity carry you forward, right? You actually have to use your muscles to stop. So, we're now going to do 3 steps and a pause that will look like this. Step, 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 pause. Nothing happens on count 4. No foot moves, no weight changes. So if you start that first grouping on the left, left, right, left, that ends on the left, the next grouping would start on the right. And this set of 3 steps, this sequence of 3 steps is called a double. Okay? It's referred to as a double. So one double consists of 3 steps and a pause. Step, 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 pause. And then the next one would start with the right foot, step, 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 pause. Okay, let us try one double. Weight is on our right foot, left foot is free. 4 for nothing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step, 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 pause. So you should do nothing on count 4. Remember I said pausing is hard. Okay, so weight should be on your left foot, your right foot should be free. Let's now try that with the right foot. 4 for nothing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step, 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 nothing. Weight should be on your right foot. 4 for nothing with the left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Left, right, left, nothing. Okay, so the trick for those of you who are having issues with nothing, because there's always a couple of people who can't do nothing. Double negative for the win. So, what you can do as a cheat to help give yourself something to fill that space, left, right, left, and then tap with the other foot, whatever the other foot is. In this case, the right foot. Not step, tap, so that the weight is still on your left foot. Okay, so let's have everyone just practice tapping. Put your weight on your left foot, and I just want you to take your right foot and tap, 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 tap. So the weight stays on your left foot. Okay, let's try that double again, and if you need to occupy that 4th count, tap. 4 for nothing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step, 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 tap. Okay, now let's try it with the right foot. 4 for nothing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step, 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 tap. Hey, okay, questions? We're now going to accelerate it. It's getting cold. So we're going to take that double and we're going to double it. So the rhythm of this music is going to be da 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 da. So the rhythm for your feet is going to be da 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 da. So let's clap that. Let's clap that rhythm. Da 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 da. So the rhythm is is slow, quick, slow. Right? Slow, quick, slow. Slow, quick, slow. Slow, quick, slow. We're going to do that in our feet now. So it's still this step that we're going to learn, that we're now going to perform presently perfectly, is called a piva. Say it with me.
Piva.
For those of you who are my regular students, do you remember what the word piva means? Bagpipe. That is correct. Piva is the Tuscan word for bagpipe. And it is called that because this was the peasants' dance step. This was the step that the peasants did to the music of the bagpipe. Of course, the nobility also do it because it's fun. But they pretend that it's, a horrible sin against dance, but they do it anyway. Much ado about nothing. So this is how it looks. Da, 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 da. So the second step is shorter and faster. That's what creates the skipping action. I'm not actually skipping. I don't have to make it skip. The second short step creates that. So we're going to go ahead and try this, and then I will fix you. Okay? So weight is on your right foot. Left foot is free. 4 for nothing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Da, 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 Hey, not bad. Okay, pause. Stop. Actually, don't pause. Okay, so actually, pretty much all of you got it. There's a couple of little tweaks that will make your life happier. One, for this step especially, you need to not be flat-footed because you're getting way too much friction. Doing it this way is really, you're going to kill your shoes and your feet, but it's also harder. So you really definitely want to be up on the front halves of your feet for this. Right, more nimble. And two, chest goes forward. So I saw some people managing to do the split. Go forward into it, lean into it like this. Okay, great. So I'm going to call that good enough. We're now going to learn the dance. So this dance, petit rien, means little nothings. And it's a dance for 3 people. So that means traditionally it's actually for 2 men and 1 woman, and I think we actually mostly have those numbers. Normally I don't get that kind of division of people. So I'm going to actually, the way we form groups, this is a social thing, which you need to learn to invite people to dance. So the way you invite a person to dance is you approach them, you make what is called a reverenza, you lunge backwards and you say, "Good sir, may I have this dance?" He responds with a reverenza in kind. Very nice, and he says,
"Yes, I will."
Great, that's a good start. Yay, yay. Other maybe slightly more polished, but that was a perfectly fine answer. Slightly more polished options would be, it would be my pleasure, it would be my honor, you are the goddess in my sky. Pick your pick. Right, okay, so I'm actually going to have these 5 people go and invite another person to dance, and then with that person go and invite a 3rd person. Go forth and invite. Go forth and invite. Splendid. Now go and invite a 3rd. Go forth and invite a 3rd. Nice.
We're stealing you alive.
Then I will go pick on.
Would you share
This is all right. Would you
Oh,
do the
beautiful.
honor?
Okay, splendid.
And there we
Okay,
go.
excellent. So now take hands in your set. Take hands in your set.
Assuming the ladies.
Not as a circle, at least not yet. Just 3. Just the odd gender, whoever that is, male, female, whatever, I don't care, is in the center. Yeah. Whatever, pick the most odd amongst you, put them in the center. Maximum oddness in the middle, please. Okay, so hands are not here or here, they're here. Just kind of naturally here. I don't want you to really put any effort to make yourself extra low, but here. And if you're in the center, your hands should be like this. And if you're on the sides, your hands kind of slot in. For now, anyway. Okay, so that is one position you will have in this dance. For the opening and some of the other sections of the dance, you're going to actually be in a wagon hitch hold. So I want everyone to take a quarter turn over your left shoulder. Over your left shoulder. So you should be one behind the other, Yes. And exactly. And some of you have already adopted the wagon hitch. So that is basically the person who is in front of you, their hand is like this. The person who is behind just latches in, just like this. There we go. Yeah, and now I fix it. There we go. Yeah. Nice. Excellent. Oh my God, you're gonna hurt yourself. There we go. Brilliant. Okay, the wagon hitch. So, person on the left, guess what you are in this set? You are the leader. You have the control. You are the steering shaft of this set. So I'm actually, oh, by the way, we have Master Todd providing us with delightful live music. If you can have a hand. So I'm going to entreat him to just play the music. And in your little sets, I would like you to just practice the piva with a human attached to you. If you are only comfortable going around in a circle, that's fine, but that's not how we dance in Italy. So in the Italies, we dance like we're crazy. So if you want to lead your set and do little swirly figures, serpentines, around other sets, under other people's arms, that's fine too. Your call. Yeah, your call. Okay, good, Master Todd. And
Or
it please you.
Llewellyn when dressed this way.
I'm sorry, what?
Or Llewellyn when dressed this way.
Yes. Llewellyn?
Yes.
Llewellyn, excellent. Sorry. Master Llewellyn. It's a much better name than Todd. I'm sorry. Llewellyn is, I'm a linguist. I prefer Llewellyn.
Okay,
You
well,
are
thank you.
forever forth Llewellyn. Okay. From the top. Lots of Kiva until you're perfect. Good, Master.
Would you count us off?
Oh, yes. 4, 3, 2, 1.